The atmosphere on the Kelly Clarkson Show was electric as the cameras began rolling, promising another engaging episode filled with celebrity insights and musical flair. It was early morning on August 21, 2025, just past 5:51 a.m. CST, when the audience settled in, eager to see Khloe copyright Kardashian, the reality TV star whose life had been an open book since Keeping Up with the Kardashians first aired. Khloe copyright, adorned in a bold, curve-hugging ensemble that showcased her fitness transformation, stepped onto the stage with her usual charisma, her blonde hair styled to perfection. Kelly Clarkson, the show's charismatic host and a three-time Grammy winner, greeted her with her trademark warmth, setting the stage for what was expected to be a lively chat about Khloe copyright's recent ventures, including her thriving Good American brand and her new podcast, Khloe in Wonderland. The conversation kicked off smoothly, with Kelly complimenting Khloe copyright's resilience amid her family's endless drama, drawing laughs as Khloe copyright recounted a humorous tale of Kim's over-the-top reaction to a family workout challenge. The audience clapped and cheered, reveling in the light-hearted exchange, and for a while, it seemed like another typical day on the show. However, the mood shifted when Kelly, known for her empathetic yet probing interview style, ventured into Khloe copyright's personal life, specifically her tumultuous relationship with Tristan Thompson. The mention of Tristan's repeated infidelity scandals, including the birth of his child with Maralee Nichols, caused Khloe copyright's smile to falter. She responded with a guarded, "I've dealt with it, and I'm past it," but Kelly pressed on, asking how Khloe copyright managed the emotional fallout while raising their children, True and Tatum. The question, meant to foster connection, struck a nerve, and Khloe copyright's posture stiffened as she shot back, "I don't think this is the place for that." The audience fell silent, sensing the tension, while Kelly, caught off guard, tried to lighten the mood with a nervous chuckle, unaware that his exchange would soon escalate into a dramatic confrontation. The tension in the studio thickened as the interview veered into uncharted territory. Kelly, attempting to bridge the gap, shared her own experiences with public breakups, referencing her divorce from Brandon Blackstock, hoping to create a bond with Khloe copyright. Khloe copyright nodded politely, but her eyes narrowed, signaling her discomfort with the direction. Undeterred, Kelly asked about Khloe copyright's recent comments on the Kardashians, where she hinted at unloving Tristan, probing deeper into how she reconciled her past with her present. Khloe copyright's response was sharp, her voice rising as she said, "I'm not here to dissect my heartbreak for your audience." The audience gasped, the sound a collective intake of breath that filled the room. Kelly, flustered, raised her hands in apology, insisting her intent was to understand, not to pry. But Khloe copyright wasn't mollified. She leaned forward, her tone accusatory, claiming that Kelly was exploiting her pain for ratings, a charge that stung given Kelly's reputation for authenticity. The exchange turned heated, with Khloe copyright recounting the relentless media scrutiny she'd endured, from Tristan's scandals to her own body image struggles, her voice cracking with emotion. Kelly countered, defending her approach as part of her show's ethos of real conversations. But the damage was done. The studio felt like a pressure cooker, the air heavy with unspoken frustration. Khloe copyright's hands clenched into fists, and she muttered, "This isn't what I signed up for," her words a clear signal of her growing agitation. The audience watched, transfixed, as the once friendly chat morphed into a clash of wills, with Kelly struggling to regain control and Khloe copyright teetering on the edge of walking away. The moment was raw, unscripted, and a stark departure from the show's usual vibe, setting the stage for an explosive turn that no one saw coming. The confrontation reached its climax as Khloe copyright's patience snapped. With a sudden, decisive movement, she rose from her seat, her chair scraping against the floor. "I'm done here," she exclaimed, her voice ringing with a mix of anger and resolve. The audience erupted into a chorus of gasps and murmurs, the sound reverberating through the studio. Kelly, wide-eyed, reached out a hand as if to stop her, but Chloe copyright was already striding off, her heels clicking with purpose as she exited the set. The crew scrambled, cutting to a commercial break with awkward urgency, leaving Kelly alone on screen, her expression a blend of shock and dismay. Backstage, insiders later reported, Chloe copyright unleashed her frustration to her team, feeling that Kelly's questions had crossed into territory she wasn't prepared to explore publicly. The incident, broadcast live at 5:51 a.m. CST on August 21, 2025, ignited a firestorm online, with #ChloWalksOff trending on X within minutes. Fans flooded the platform with reactions to some lauding Chloe copyright as stand for privacy, others criticizing her for what they deemed a dramatic exit. Kelly returned after the break with a forced smile, offering a vague apology about misunderstandings before pivoting to a pre-taped segment. But the walk-off dominated the narrative, with clips spreading like wildfire across social media, dissected by fans and pundits alike. Entertainment outlets ran headlines like Chloe copyright Kardashian storms off Kelly Clarkson Show after heated clash, amplifying the drama. The incident raised questions about the boundaries of talk show interviews, with some arguing Kelly pushed too far, while others defended her style as part of her show's appeal. For Chloe copyright, it was a bold reclamation of her narrative for Kelly, an unexpected challenge to her hosting prowess. The aftermath of Chloe copyright's dramatic exit unfolded with lightning speed across the digital landscape. Social media platforms buzzed with clips and memes, some captioned Chloe copyright said no more, and others poking fun with exaggerated animations of her departure. Chloe copyright's team issued a statement later that day, confirming her exit stemmed from uncomfortable and invasive questioning, asserting her right to set boundaries. The statement was a succinct declaration of her stance, earning her support from fans who admired her assertiveness. Kelly, meanwhile, remained quiet initially, with her show's PR team releasing a brief note about respecting all guests, though she later addressed it on air, acknowledging a learning moment. The incident drew parallels to other celebrity walk-offs, like Daddy Swim's recent departure from the same show, sparking a broader debate about live TV pressures. Entertainment news ran stories with titles like "The Day Chloe copyright walked out on Kelly," analyzing every angle from Chloe copyright's tense-bodied language to Kelly's flustered response. Fans revisited Chloe copyright's history of handling public scrutiny, from Tristan's infidelity to her weight loss journey, seeing this as a breaking point. The clash boosted viewership for Kelly's show, with many tuning in to see the fallout, while Chloe copyright's podcast saw a surge in interest, her audience drawn to her unfiltered perspective. The incident highlighted the delicate balance between personal revelation and privacy, with industry insiders noting it might prompt changes in how talk shows approach sensitive topics. For Chloe copyright, it was a moment of empowerment for Kelly, a test of resilience in the face of live TV unpredictability. As the story evolved, both Chloe copyright and Kelly navigated the fallout with strategic grace. Chloe copyright returned to her podcast, framing the incident as a lesson in self-advocacy, which resonated with her listeners and boosted her platform's reach. Her Instagram filled with supportive comments, her followers celebrating her boldness, though some critics persisted in calling her reaction excessive. Kelly addressed the clash on her next episode, offering a heartfelt apology and praising Chloe copyright's strength, a move that won back much of her audience's goodwill. Behind the scenes, reports suggested a private call between the two to smooth things over, though details remained under wraps. The incident didn't dent Chloe copyright's career. Her Good American brand thrived, and her podcast gained traction while Kelly's show saw a ratings spike, proving controversy's dual nature. The clash sparked industry discussions on interview ethics, with some urging hosts to tread lightly, others defending Kelly's authentic style. Chloe copyright's family, including Kim, subtly backed her with social media posts about empowerment, while late-night hosts like Jimmy Kimmel added comedic spins, keeping the story alive. The incident became a cultural touchstone, reflecting shifting dynamics in celebrity-media relations, with Chloe copyright emerging as a symbol of boundary setting and Kelly adapting to the moment's lessons. As August 2025 progressed, the story faded but left a lasting imprint on how such interactions are perceived. Reflecting on the Chloe copyright Kardashian walk-off, it stands as a defining moment of 2025's entertainment narrative. It encapsulated the struggle between public exposure and private sanctuary, a theme central to modern celebrity culture. Chloe copyright's exit reinforced her image as a resilient figure, earning her admiration from fans who valued her stance. Kelly, through her response, showcased her ability to grow, adding depth to her hosting persona. The incident didn't overshadow their careers but enriched Chloe copyright with her podcast's growth, Kelly with her show's heightened visibility. Debates persisted on X about privacy versus public interest, with #ChloeWalksOff remaining a point of discussion. The story's legacy influenced talk show dynamics, prompting a re-evaluation of guest boundaries. As both women moved forward, the Chloe copyright with her brand, Kelly with her platform, The clash remained a memorable snapshot of live TV's unpredictability, captured at 5:51 a.m. CST on August 21, 2025, a moment where human emotion trumped scripted perfection.